Hello and welcome back to another Soto Courses video. I'm Mr. Not So Good and we're going to be talking about reverse entries in this video. A few things I want to mention and get out the way. The car pack I'm on, this is the in-style car pack. I'll try and drop a link to it in the description. The track I'm on is Mihan. My opinion, the best track for practicing backies. My input method is controller. I'm using a script that someone in my Discord community made. I'll drop a link to the script as well. And I want to talk about why the hell you should listen to me. I've been playing on sticks since NASCAR 2005 when I was 5 years old. I have countless hours in Forza Motorsport 6 and 7. I've only recently started drifting on the Soto Corsa, and my experience has been amazing. This is by far the best drift sim to date for controller players, that is, being you have the proper scripts. And I'm going to just get right into talking about the proper techniques. A lot of this is pedal work. You have to be good with the pedal work, and you pick all this up by just years and practice and experience of knowing how much pressures to apply, and just a lot of driver intuition is what most of this is. As we're going to get ready for our first backie, I'm going to do a decent setup, a clutch kick into it, big power on the brakes, down the second gear, back on the clutch. Now there's a lot going on there, so I'm going to throw a few more and then we're going to hop in replay and we're going to break it down in slow motion. My advice to you, if you want to get better at backwards entries, constantly practice those snappy flicks like that. Snappy flicks consecutively, no matter what, will make you a lot better responsive. And the quicker you transition, the harder you're going to be in chase if you're doing competitive drifting. As we're going to get back into it, clutch kick into it, foot brake off the throttle, clutch kick again into second gear. That was a little sloppy, I understeered why. These are really complex. Even the most experienced drivers will have problems doing backies. I'm not the most experienced, I'm no esports boy, but I really do enjoy drifting a lot, and I enjoy teaching it. Now there is one technique I want to touch on, is scrubbing the front tires on purpose. Scrubbing is a really big helpful tool, especially when you're controlling a car that's out of control. We're going to throw a big backie right here again. Oh, this one's sloppy, but as you see the front tire scrubbing, that's what you want to do. Scrubbing is very important. Scrubbing, because it's just, so whenever you're at big angle, there's more resistance for the rear tires, so when you counter steer, you're freeing up resistance in the front. The front end has less resistance, so it's going to naturally want to come around before the rear tires do, and that's what you're banking on. And when you scrub the front tires, you're slowing down that natural rotation that the car wants to come back down, and that's the whole purpose of scrubbing, because you're providing more resistance to the front end, which allows you to slow more down in tandem. As you see me getting on the front brakes again, scrubbing the fronts to keep the front end from looping around. That's what I'm trying to do. And we're going to throw another saucy backie. Hopefully this is a banger clip so we can go into the replay. This would be an awesome segue to it. We get into it. We're going to take it nice and easy through here. Nothing crazy. I just want to focus on a good run up to this. So now I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to focus on my driving right here. Nice monster clutch kick on the foot brake, back onto it. Oh, that was so sloppy. We can't keep that one. We cannot keep that one. I could do one better for y'all. Oh, this is not the one. I scrubbed way too much speed. This is indeedly challenging, so don't just be discouraged if you're having hard times doing these backwards entries. Or maybe I'm just a bad driver. I don't know what I'm doing trying to talk about reverse entries here, but I got a viewer request to do one of these videos, so that's the only reason why I'm posting this one up. Thank you, Trevor. This is for you, buddy. That's the one right there, baby. Now we're gonna go and we're gonna break that down in the replay cam. That's to the replay cam. All right, so now we're gonna play this in full time. I'm gonna use the replay cams because the replay cams are absolutely nutty. And once we get one clip in full time, then we're gonna put it down in slow mo. We're gonna be talking about these in fine detail. Let me get this controller overlay off the screen. There. We don't need that here because they're not gonna see my inputs anyway. I was coming into a big saucy flick off you can tell I'm off throttle as you see me working the handbrake, doing everything I can to get this thing to come around backwards. And we did a beautiful job, and now we're going to rewind that and we're going to go into slow motion. Alright, so essentially what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put it in slow motion. I'm going to be playing it back constantly and talking about each individual thing, moving on with the run up. You want speed because you want to be able to drive it really deep in there. Watch my speed as I absolutely pitch it. Now I'm starting to decel. Now I'm decelling. Also, the natural angle of the car is going to want to slow you down by default, and you're betting on that. That's what you want. You want the angle to slow you down as much as possible. And now we're going to go back. We already talked about speed. Now we're going to play it back to here. And then now we're going to talk about the front tires, the front end of the car, and what I'm doing with the front. There are two different sides. Now we're going to be watching the outside tire. This tire is a lot lighter, and you're going to see me lock it up. That is what we call scrubbing. Scrubbing is very important. You do this by left foot braking while on power. The front tires will lock up and not the rear tires. Scrubbing that inside tire is a really big deal, because that's what's going to do a lot of the work for you and slowing you down. Now we're going to go back to the other side, and we're going to look at the other tire. Now watch this one. This one doesn't lock up at all. This is the main tire doing all the drifting for you. You see this one? It didn't lock up at all. So dragging this front tire is a good sign of you doing a backie, and that's just part of it. Scrubbing the fronts is a very important tool. And now we're going to come all the way back, and now we're going to focus on the clutch work. You see me clutch kick to get it going. I'm on the clutch again. I clutch kick while on the brakes. I'm on the brakes, clutching again. It's a lot of clutch work, and that's what you want to focus on while doing these backies. Is your pedal work is the most important thing. Doing everything you can with the pedal and the handbrake. As a drifter, I don't really touch the handbrake that much. I only touch it when I absolutely need to. Like right here, if I didn't pull the handbrake, the car would have straightened up a lot more. I pulled the handbrake to keep the car from coming around whenever I didn't want it to, adding more resistance to the rear, keeping it from falling forward. That's what I needed. We're gonna play it back in full time one more. There's in full time watching the front scrub do their work. And that's pretty much a backwards entry. And we're gonna change the cameras up, and how you know you're backwards is whenever the two back tire lines overlap each other. See how they overlap? That is an official backwards entry, boy. Official backwards entry. Now I'm gonna end the video off. Hopefully that helped. Hopefully that gave you more answers than questions. All of it is just essentially pitching the car in. It's all about your run up to it and how you throw the car and pedal work. You want to if you're having a hard time getting into reverse entry, you're going to need more speed and more angle. That's the key secret to it. I failed many a times while recording this video, so don't be discouraged if you're failing. I'm gonna do it one more for y'all. I'm gonna do one more full time with the replay cams, or no, with the drone cam. And just pay attention to my pedal work. I'm not gonna talk this time, and then I'm gonna end the video off after this one right here. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, if this was a shit video and I didn't do a good job about talking about reverse entries, let me know in the comments. Tell me what else you want to see, and tell me how I can improve my videos. Thank you all so much for your time and paying attention to me ramble on about driving cars, because that's the only positive thing I'm good at. Anyway, you guys have a lovely evening. Goodbye.